Hey guys, it's Laurence here. And if you're like most of our clients that we work with, if you're an agency, a coach, consultant, chances are you get all of your clients through your network, through referrals. And in today's video, what I want to do is walk through how you can remove that reliance on your network, remove that reliance on your referrals so that you can start getting more clients from that infinite pool that is a cold audience and take back control over the growth of your business. And my goal in this video for you is so that you can stop asking the question, where is my next client coming from? And start asking yourself the question, how many clients do I want this month? The problem with relying on your network is obviously you're very good at what you do. If you've grown a successful business based off your network, based off referrals, it means you're great at what you do, which is brilliant. And that's also kind of the irony of it all, is the fact that you are very good at what you do, but you're unable to grow, which is kind of strange position to be in. And obviously the fact that you're relying on clients to refer, or you're relying on your network, it leaves you out of control. But another kind of hidden problem with relying on your network is that you are getting more of the same clients. You know, if you're getting clients that can't quite afford the fees that you want to charge, if that client refers another client, the likelihood is they're going to refer somebody that also can't afford the higher fees that you want to charge. So you get kind of stuck in this perpetual cycle of working with clients that you're not 100% satisfied working with. You want to charge more and it's difficult to break out. And you might get that odd client that you charge a little bit more to or a lot more to, but on the whole, you're working with a very similar type of client. That's something that can hold you back. The problem with being able to stop relying on referrals in your network, the difficulty of it is that obviously they're very warm. They're coming to you and there's that trust involved, but they're also looking for a solution. And when you reach out to cold people, when you do something like cold email, for example, you're reaching out to a complete stranger and they're not even looking for your solution. So how do we get them to actually want what you have to offer? It can be quite difficult to get somebody that isn't after the thing that you're offering and sell it to them. It's kind of like, how do we do that? Because sometimes they're not even your audience, a cold audience isn't even problem aware. So sometimes we even have to create the problem. Well, not create it, but agitate that problem so that they're able to want that problem solved. And then we position ourselves as the best solution to solve that problem. All of this gets fixed through messaging. It's only through your messaging that allows you to be able to reach out to a cold audience as opposed to relying on your network and relying on referrals. And that's what I'm going to cover, is how we can change your messaging to make sure that you attract complete strangers, not only people that know who you are, trust you, and are actually looking for your service. Because if you speak to those people, I'm sure you close 80, 90, 100% of those sales calls that you take. But how do we generate calls from the remaining 99% of the population, the 99.99% of the population? It all revolves around your messaging. So how do we do it? First off, we need to understand what your clients really, really want, what your ideal clients really, really want, what their most desired outcome is. And we can do that by thinking inversely. We can invert our thinking. I think it was Einstein that said, the best thing to do when you're coming up with solutions to problems is to invert. What's the opposite of their most desired outcome? So that's going to be the thing that keeps them up at night. What keeps your ideal prospects up at night? I'll give you an example of a client that I spoke to today that was saying, I'm struggling to come up with an offer. I don't know how to do it, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know how to make my messaging resonate with cold audiences. And he creates websites for clients, a web development, web design agency. And he started going down the route of charging X amount of money and then not getting the results that he was looking for. So he charged a little bit less and then he charged a little bit less. And he was fixated on the fact that it was the pricing that was the issue. And it most definitely wasn't. And I said to him, you need to think about what keeps your prospects up at night. And he was thinking at it through the lens of, I'm a website developer. And it's very difficult to make a new website, for example, really compelling, really like something that everybody puts their hand in the air and say, yes, I want one, I want one, I want one. Because, people don't need a website every day of the week. They might need a website one day every 3-4 years. So what we need to do is position the service as a thing that solves the problem that keeps your prospects up at night. And how do we do that with a web development company? So what keeps your prospects up at night? Generally speaking, it's going to be the fact that they don't know where their next client is coming from because they get all of their clients through their network, through referrals, through word of mouth. And they're concerned that maybe they're not going to get another referral. They're out of control over the growth of their business. And most business owners have the exact same concerns. And that's why when you understand this concept, it's actually relatively straightforward. It's relatively easy to solve the problem because every business owner struggles from the same issues. And it's not knowing where the next client's coming from, and it's not being in control over the growth of their business, and concerned that, things are going to dry up and they want to be able to do some activity to get some sales calls on the calendar. Let's go back to that web design thing. What's the main issue that's keeping them up at night? They don't know where their clients are coming from. Okay, do you want a new website? Does not solve that problem. So that's where my client was getting a bit confused, right? So instead, I said, right, well, if they don't know where their clients are coming from, maybe they're getting enough traffic to their website. Maybe they just need a better website that's going to get them more leads. Do a better job, basically. Make sure that their website does a better job. So I said to him, you could make your messaging, instead around, we'll get you a new website, which nobody wants, we will double the number of leads and double the number of clients that you generate without you having to spend any more money on marketing. We do this by doubling the conversion rate of your existing website, by creating you a new website. So we've positioned a new website as the vehicle to take somebody from where they are now to where they want to get to move them away from their existing pain to their desired situation. And that's how you're able to, that's kind of part one of how you're able to remove the reliance of your network and referrals and actually start reaching out to cold prospects and getting people wanting to speak with you. Because now somebody that did not want a new website yesterday now wants a new website, not because their old website is crappy, but because of what a new website can do for their business. And we need to position your services as the vehicle to take them from where they are now all the way to where they want to be. That's basically it. That's what all this messaging and cold friendly offers and all of that boils down to. How do we position you and your services as a way to take somebody from where they are now to where they want to get to?
Hey, just real quick, sorry to interrupt the video, but I just wanted to let you know of our brand new free course that we have just launched that takes you through how to book more appointments on your sales calendar through cold email. The course is completely free. It comes with a free community as well, where there's live calls where you can ask me anything, get your questions answered. The second link in the description is going to take you to the free course. As I say, completely free. And it's going to walk you through how to get success from your cold email campaigns. So I will leave it there and enjoy the rest of the video.
Ultimately, every business is owned by a human, and every human has the same desires, the same goals. And ultimately, if we kind of boil down to first principles, they want to move away from their pain and towards their pleasure. And we just need to create your business as the vehicle to do that. 95% of businesses, especially small businesses, they're concerned about where their next customer is coming from. If you position your services as a way to solve that problem, then reaching out to complete strangers is no longer going to fall on deaf ears. That's how we do it. We fix your messaging by making you the vehicle to solve their most common problem. Another issue that we see, and something I definitely don't want you to fall into the trap of doing, which we do see from time to time, is people try and solve a problem for a very small, specific person, basically. And I'll explain it with an example. We are working with a app development company, and their initial offer idea was to basically say that we will build you your app in, I can't remember the exact time, but half the time that it would originally take to build an app. If you, again, zoom out, and it's much easier to zoom out when you're not inside the business thinking about it, really stuck in the weeds. But if you zoom out, the only people that offer is going to resonate with are people that are looking to have an app developed. They've been quoted a time period for that app to be developed, and they're not happy with it and they want it done quicker. So you reach out to 1,000 people, you're going to get 0 responses. You reach out to 10,000 people, you might get 1 response. There might be 1 in 10,000 people that are currently looking for an app to be developed, but they're not happy with the time it's taking to do, so they want somebody to do it quicker. That is not solving a big enough problem. That is not a big enough goal. It's not a common enough goal. So, for example, let's look at an app development company. How do we position them as a way to solve a problem in a business? So first of all, we need to look at who the ideal clients are, what their biggest goals are, and what keeps them up at night. So let's say, for example, it's going to be the fact that they are not getting enough customers, they're not getting enough clients. Okay, so now we have to position an app as a way to get more customers, get more clients. How do we do that? Well, it depends on the industry that we're targeting, but maybe we can create some sort of loyalty app where clients come back to. Regardless of what we do, the principle remains the same, is that we need to structure your business as a way to take somebody from their pain to their pleasure, to their goal. And that's how you're able to stop relying on your network, on referrals, to sign more clients. So that's part one. We've now got this amazing message, and anybody that sees it is going to be blown away and going to love it. So what we need to do next is actually get that message in front of your prospects. And there's 1,000,001 different ways that we can do that. We can use paid ads, or we can do outreach. And there's lots of different things we can do within paid ads, like YouTube ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. Within Facebook, we can do DM ads, we can do lead gen ads, we can do a VSL. There's lots and lots of different things we can do. And when it comes to outreach, 1,000,001 things we can do. Most common, most effective thing that we've seen, not only for ourselves, but for over 200 clients that we've worked with today, is cold email. That is the most effective way to not only generate new sales calls, but also to really solidify your message. Because you might come up with a couple of ideas on a sheet of paper in your own head, and those ideas might work, they might not work when you take them out to the market. But a really cost-effective way to find out which one's going to work best is through cold email. And what we say with our clients is come in and get cold email working well, make sure that the messaging is really compelling and works really well, and then we can start looking at paid ads. Paid ads is like pouring fuel onto the fire. So it's a really much more cost-effective way to test that new messaging. Is it going to work on a cold audience? Well, let's spend very few dollars to find out, as opposed to spending a lot of dollars through paid ads. That's the system, basically, is fixing that messaging and then testing that messaging in the marketplace. Because you can speak to your colleagues, you can speak to your partner, you can speak to your husband, to your wife, to your boyfriend, to your girlfriend, to your parents, you can speak to whoever and say, do you think this is good? The only person that's going to give you a truthful answer is the market. We always have a little saying where we don't know the answers, but we know how to find the answers, and we know how to find them pretty quickly as well. And the only way to find the answer as to whether or not your offer and your messaging, your new kind of cold, friendly messaging is going to work, is by testing it out with your actual market. What we can actually do is we can help craft that message for you, and then we can help build out the systems to deliver that message and test that message, see which one works the best, and then we can kind of use the one that works the best, and then we can start looking at different systems and strategies to deliver that message to your ideal prospects that's going to get you the best return on your investment. One of the metrics that we look at is your appointment booking rate, which means how many leads have we contacted to generate a sales call. And we look at different strategies, primarily within cold email to begin with, different cold email strategies to test what's going to get you the best appointment booking rate, ABR we call it, what's going to get you the best ABR. And we might see that out of the 4 or 5 different strategies that we've implemented, strategy number 3 is getting you the best ABR. So let's stop doing strategies 1, 2, 4, and 5. Let's focus on number 3 and let's put more leads through that. So you're going to get a higher ROI, more juice from the squeeze, so to speak. And then once that's working well, we can then think, right, we want more calls, we want more, we want to build out a sales team, we want to do more, we want to grow. Let's look at paid ads. And that's kind of what we can help you do. That's what we've helped more than 200 agencies, coaches, and consultants to date do. We do it all for you. We can build out all the systems for you and put appointments on your calendar, basically. If you want to find out a little bit more about how we can help and help do everything that we've kind of talked about in today's video, then the first link in the description is going to be for you. And hopefully this is really given you a great idea of how you can stop that reliance on those referrals. So if you click the link in the description, it will take you to a page with a video on it. And on that video, I explain kind of a little bit more what the process is like working with us. You can see some client results as well, see what we've been able to do for other agencies, coaches, consultants. So click that button, have a little nosy on the page, and then you can book in a call to speak with me directly. And on that call, I'll find out a little bit more about your business. I'll tell you a little bit about how our process works, and I'll give you a roadmap as to what we would do working together. And then you can either take that roadmap and do it yourself, or we can help you implement it as well. So worst case scenario is we've spent 30, 45 minutes on a call and you've got something to go away with and implement yourself, or we can, discuss working together as well. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you've got any value from it, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help the channel grow. I will see you in the next one.